I don't know if you remember what it was like when you were learning math in school, but you had to get a bunch of tools like a ruler or a protractor, even graph paper and a scientific calculator. Well, if you would like to build apps on the blockchain, then there are a lot of tools that you should think about using, which will enhance your experience and make life easier. So in this video, we're going to cover about 4 or 5 tools. So if you think I left anything out, please comment down below. And if you can guess what these tools are, then take a moment now to comment on this video. So the first thing to know is that blockchain is just software. Yeah, it's cool software because it's a decentralized network that allows you to manage currencies and store transactions and manage accounts in a manner that's secure and decentralized. But at the end of the day, it's just software. So since the blockchain is a decentralized ledger of transactions and accounts, then we will need some tool to be able to send transactions to the blockchain and manage our account. And in this case, the first tool we are going to discuss is MetaMask. MetaMask is a wallet, and this wallet allows you to interact with Ethereum-like blockchains. So that includes blockchains like Celo, Polygon, Binance Smart Chain, etc. So when you have a MetaMask wallet, you're able to create an account or import an account, and then you can send transactions to other addresses on the network or even receive from other addresses. So let's say you wanted to receive Ether from someone, then you will tell them your account address. And if you created that account within MetaMask, then you'll go to MetaMask, copy the address and send it to your friend and say, hey, this is where you can send me the ETH that you owe me. If you wanted to send crypto to someone else, you can say the same MetaMask wallet and you can send, let's say, Celo to another wallet because you have that functionality built into the wallet tool, the wallet software called MetaMask. So the way a developer would use MetaMask is that whenever you have to create a smart contract and deploy that to the blockchain, you need an account to send that transaction to the blockchain, because when you deploy software to the blockchain, it's actually a transaction. So to be able to conduct a transaction, you need wallet software. So in the case for anyone who's developing for blockchains like Celo, Polygon, Ethereum, etc., then you will need to have a wallet that allows you to send that transaction, and a very popular one is called MetaMask. So as a developer, you're going to write code, you're going to need to test it and deploy it to a blockchain. So one really cool tool for doing this is called the Remix IDE. The Remix IDE is browser based, so you just go to your, let's say, Google Chrome and you open Remix and you're able to write code in Solidity and test that code and also deploy it to any Ethereum compatible blockchain. Remix also integrates with MetaMask, which means you can use Remix, you can connect your MetaMask wallet and deploy your code or your smart contract to any network you're connected to. So within MetaMask, you can actually add the network of any blockchain that's Ethereum compatible. You can add the test networks, you can add the main networks, and when you deploy code from Remix, you're able to deploy it to the blockchain. And once your code is deployed to the blockchain, that means anyone in the world that has an internet connection can interact with your app on the blockchain. And that's the beauty of building on the blockchain. There's no one stopping you and you can just deploy the transaction, and all you have to pay are gas fees. Let's say you had an app idea right now and you wanted to build like a calculator and you wanted everyone in the world to access it. You probably are going to publish it on a website, and that website is accessible on the internet. In a similar way, if you wanted to create a calculator as a smart contract, you can publish that or deploy it to a blockchain, and then anyone with internet access can access your calculator on the blockchain. So in the comments below, leave some examples of applications that you would like to build. And just by knowing Remix and having a MetaMask wallet, and of course being able to write code in Solidity, you can deploy apps to the blockchain that will run as long as that blockchain exists. And when I deployed my first smart contracts to the blockchain, it was primarily done with Remix. The third tool I'm going to recommend to you is something called OpenZaplin. Oh, and don't forget to follow me for all things blockchain development, especially if you're building in Web3. OpenZaplin have implemented a lot of the Ethereum standards, and their code has been audited and they have security in mind. So let's say you wanted to create your first token, your first cryptocurrency. You create a token on the Ethereum-like blockchains using a standard called ERC20. This is a standard that defines the interface that explains how an ERC token is meant to be implemented. For example, it's meant to have a transfer function, it's meant to have an approval function, etc. I do have a video that shows you how to create your first ERC20 token, so you can check that out. So with OpenZaplin, they actually have a smart contract wizard, and you can use this wizard to create your first ERC20 token. So you basically plug in, what the token name would be, and then they auto-generate code for you, which will allow you to create that token once you deploy it to a blockchain. Similarly, you can do the same thing for creating NFT using their smart contract wizard. So I really like OpenZaplin just for like a quick start. Hardhat, and I have a tutorial showing you how you can create your first NFT, and I did use the OpenZaplin wizard. So if you want to check that out, then go look for that video. And the great thing about building applications on blockchains that are Ethereum compatible is that that code can be deployed on any blockchain that does have an EVM, which is called the Ethereum virtual machine. So you hear me say it all the time: Celo, Polygon, Binance, Smart Chain, Avalanche, but it's not a joke. Like, you can actually take the same code and deploy it on each blockchain. It's beautiful.
Oh my God! Wow!
So with these 3 tools that I just mentioned, you can create a token even if you don't know how to code Solidity, because you're going to get that code from OpenZaplin. You can even create an NFT. So you are now empowered right now by watching this video for the past, I don't know how much time, like 5 minutes. You now have the ability to create your first token using code, even if you have no coding experience. Of course, you're going to take some steps to get here, but you can do this now. All right, but let's keep going because it only gets better. So let's talk about 2 more tools, because I don't want this video to be too long, because I want you to quickly look at this video and just jump right into other resources. So the next tool I'm going to talk about is Hardhat. Hardhat describes itself as the Ethereum development environment for professionals. It helps developers automate tasks when building smart contracts, such as running tests, automatically checking the code for mistakes, or interacting with a smart contract. So if you use Remix, you do have some of that functionality, but Hardhat gives you a more professional way to interact with, building smart contracts and doing your whole development suite. So when you get more advanced, you might use something like Hardhat, and there's also another one called Truffle, which was very, very popular and still is very popular to this day. And I think there's one called Foundry, but I've not used that one yet. Last but not least, I will call this a tool because you need this to be able to create smart contracts, and this is a programming language called Solidity. So when you learn Solidity, you'll be able to code for majority of the blockchains, because a lot of the blockchains that are popular right now are Ethereum-like blockchains, or they have the Ethereum virtual machine. And the Ethereum virtual machine understands the Solidity programming language. So when you learn Solidity, you're putting yourself in a good position to build for many blockchains, as well as be able to get employed by many companies, because a lot of them are interacting with Ethereum-like blockchains as well. So if you want to build for Solana, or if you want to build for Near, you do have to learn things like Rust and even TypeScript, but that's okay, because you have to start somewhere, and it makes sense to start in a place where, there are many people building, and that is for Solidity. You can learn Rust as well if you want to, because you want to use Solana, or you want to use Near. I think Near allows you to use assembly scripts as well, so you don't have to use Rust there, but the most popular is Solidity. So by learning Solidity, you are able to write applications and let your creativity run wild. So in the description, if you haven't signed up already, there's a course from Decade, and with this course you can learn Solidity, learn how to build an application, like the back end and the front end, and if you submit your own work, you make 100 USD. They pay you in a stable coin, but it's worth 100 USD. So sign up using the link below. I've actually done this course and received the 100 USD. I should do a video showing you it so I can prove it actually does happen. But yeah, so definitely check that out. So I have so many videos on my channel right now that shows you how to create your first smart contract, that shows you how to create a token, how to create an NFT. So I highly recommend you check it out, and check out the course below, because you have to start somewhere. I know it's intimidating, but there's so many of us here encouraging you to learn, and I'm excited for you to learn. So message me, comment down below, all that good stuff. Very happy to have you here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.